During the break, you and Katie kind of carried on the conversation that we were having about addiction. Obviously, Katie, you're living with someone who is an addict.
Well, this is what I asked you. First of all, I said, is there such thing as sex addiction? And like I've said to Kieran, everyone has said, you need to go away for 2 months and sort yourself out, you know, into the Priory or something. He says, I'm not going. And I'm like, why? And he goes, because I'm not leaving you. You've been there, done it. What should I say to him?
You say to Kieran, you've got 100% surrender, you've got 100% accept help, and you no longer have the right to be in control of this situation after the way you've treated me and the way you've behaved. So you want to get yourself away, mate, and turn your life around, start making some changes. So he needs to go.
And isn't it true? So I got him help the first time, or anyone, they might go from get help and think they're cured, and then they think, oh, I don't need to go again to see anyone because I feel better. But that's not right. Don't you always have to tune in or
yeah, you've
see
got to
someone?
continually be tuning into it. With an addict, they'll always return to that behaviour unless they're continually making choices to move away from it. That's what a habit is. A habit is a tendency, like a waterfall or a river. It's flowing in that direction. If he's not working towards his recovery, then he's working towards his addiction. So I say, yeah, get him away.
So anyone with any addiction watching this, anyone, what would you say helps to continue? Yep, read your book, obviously, because I've looked at bits of that. And is it a one-to-one group, or
get
what
help
do you
from
do?
other people. Like, my book, lovely, I want to sell books, of course I do, but I'm saying, like, if you've got, like, an obvious addiction, drugs or food or sex, there are 12-step support groups that are anonymous.
But doesn't he have to want to do it rather than you force him to do it? So, you know, when you did your thing
I disagree. Mark would never have wanted to do it unless I said to him, I'm not having it anymore. And actually, they did say at the rehab, it's quite rare for addicts just to get them go, I'm just going to go and get myself sorted. Usually, when you say, somebody has to say to you, I can't take anymore.
You're quite right.
You didn't get an ultimatum, though, did you?
No, I
Yours
did, actually.
was like, I thought you did a sort of a I'm 40, childless, and you did that wonderful thing where you said, I could put my life in a supermarket basket and just put it down and leave everything.
Yeah,
because there was nothing in there
with a
that you wanted.
supermarket basket. that's why the image was
But do you know what I mean? There was nothing you felt attached enough to.
Yeah, when it come to the way my life was going, I felt none of these things are working for me. I'm willing to surrender, but I think as a sort of a personal annihilation is required, and I think what Nadia's saying is right, that as long as Katie is propping Kieran up, he won't reach the place that he needs to.
But I don't want to have to prop him up. I did it before.
Well,
Why
don't
should
then,
I?
Just tell him, like...
Go and get help,
Go and get the help.
Can I ask you as well, that obviously what's really interesting is we'll have people watching the show who have experience perhaps not only of addictions themselves, but also with living with someone who has an addictive personality, and we've been through the list of all the things you can be addicted to. How do you know when is the time to draw a line under it? Because there's when you love someone and you feel that you can fix them, and actually all they need is love and support. How do you get to the point where you realise that's not enough?
Yeah,
love
how
and
many
support
times
is not going to
take
do
them
it.
back?
Well,
you have to admit you've got an addiction.
Until it becomes, yeah, exactly what Nadia says. You have to admit that you yourself are the other component in that addiction. They say it can exist in families, in communities. You could even say we're living in a society of addiction, the way we're all trying to make ourselves feel better by buying stuff. So I think stop propping them up. Yeah. I think if it's causing you pain, put yourself first. Let go of the idea that you can help them and accept that they need to help themselves, and that there are communities of people that are willing to immediately help if they're prepared to surrender and look for it. So that's what applies to your man.